Blitzkrieg wasn't a tank charge. It was a way to make the enemy's decisions arrive too late. That's why Germany could lose tanks and still win campaigns. Blitzkrieg never appeared in a German military manual. Western journalists invented the term. German commanders called it Bewegungskrieg. War of movement, deliberate, systemic. The stat that kills the myth. France had more tanks than Germany in May 1940. Many were better armored. Germany still won in 6 weeks. The question was never who had better equipment. The question was whose system could think faster. A traditional army throws a jab, one punch, then reset. Blitzkrieg is the combination. Left hook is armor. Uppercut is air power. Kidney shot is infantry. All landing at the same time. The opponent can't cover every angle. Three components made Blitzkrieg work. Together, one system. Separately, none of them wins France. Component 1, armor. Not just tanks, combined arms formations. Tanks, motorized infantry, combat engineers. Artillery and supply columns moving as one organism. The tank was the fist. Everything else made that fist sustainable. Component 2, air power. The Stuka was flying artillery, on target within minutes when panzers hit resistance. That siren scream was deliberate psychological design. Defenders never got a clean moment to regroup. Component 3, the real multiplier, radios. Every German tank carried a two-way radio set. Real-time decisions in the middle of a fast-moving battle. The Allies still relied on motorcycle dispatch riders. By the time Allied HQ understood where the main blow landed, the front had already moved twice. Tanks opened the door. Stukas kicked it off the hinges. Radios decided who walked through first. One concept drove every Blitzkrieg operation, Schwerpunkt. The focal point. Don't attack everywhere. Attack where the enemy is least able to recover. That does two things at once. It breaks the line at a chosen point and forces every other position on the front to become irrelevant. Once the breach opens, speed is the weapon. Don't stop to consolidate. Drive through the gap before the enemy can seal it, cutting supply lines. Encircling entire formations from behind. A broken front is bad. A broken command system is fatal. One is recoverable, the other ends armies. German doctrine was clear. Don't stop for the terrain. The paralysis of a decapitated enemy is the objective, not the ground beneath your feet. May 1940. Allied commanders expected the main push through Belgium. Same route as 1914. Their finest divisions moved north to meet it. That was exactly what Germany wanted. The real blow came through the Ardennes. Dense, hilly terrain assessed as impassable for armor. They were wrong. 7 panzer divisions crossed the Meuse at Sedan. Within 4 days they weren't driving for Paris. They were driving for the English Channel, cutting off every Allied unit that had moved north. France didn't lose for lack of tanks. It lost because the crisis outpaced its command. Auftragstaktik gave German officers authority to act without waiting for orders. French commanders issued responses describing situations that no longer existed. Speed of initiative beat speed of paperwork every time. Against France, the system worked. Against the Soviet Union, it ran into reality. First, space. The Soviet front was too vast for a single decisive encirclement. Germany closed massive pockets, but new Soviet armies kept appearing from the east. The front never collapsed. It relocated. Second, logistics. Supply lines stretched thousands of kilometers. Roads turned to mud. Vehicles broke down faster than they could be repaired. Panzers without fuel were roadblocks. Third, adaptation. By 1943, Allied and Soviet forces had absorbed the shock. Better communications, concentrated armor, coordinated air-to-ground strikes. Once the opponent learns the pattern stops working. The doctrine survived. Combined arms, mission command, deep strike. The Gulf War was Schwerpunkt with GPS, from Desert Thunder to modern NATO drills, and now the shadow of ruined cities falls. We're already connecting the dots on something most channels won't touch. Subscribe and don't get left behind. Hardware of peace. Weapons explained. Power revealed. No politics.